Hey guys, welcome back to the podcast. Back with another Zoom podcast, and this time I'm with songwriter Lynzie Dray. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Amazing, amazing. I've been speaking to you for ages, and we've been saying we'll need to do something, eh? So,
I know. But see, you need to have things like Zoom and understand how to use Zoom. Oh my God.
I totally I didn't even know how to do it. That's why I hadn't done any. And then somebody else was telling me about Zoom. Big up Lauren, my pal. She was telling me you should do some Zoom ones, and then you can reach people further away. So, yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. I've got a few people dotted around the world that hopefully will see this and start dropping you some messages because that'd be pretty cool for you to have people way overseas pop on and just do their thing.
Yeah,
Entertain.
I've got a couple of American folk lined up already interested, So
Oh, good.
yeah, it should be cool. Aye. I
Yeah,
need
well, oh, Christ.
not as easy to
Sorry.
organize as it is to organize like your one, and local ones are easier to organize. So I'll need to get on the case and make a plan with the people from further afield.
Oh, is it a pain in the neck? Like, is it? I
Ah,
wouldn't. I wouldn't know. Eh?
it's all right. It's just lots of organizing and keeping notes of who I've got on what day and blah blah blah. But I quite enjoy it anyway. I'm self-employed during the day in my own life, so I'm used to planning myself.
Yeah. What do you do during the day? Like,
I'm a sign maker. I make
oh,
sign. Aye,
ah, that's pretty cool, man.
yeah. I do vehicles and shops and
Right. Okay, got you. Yeah. That's cool, man.
mostly tons of vehicles. But anyway, we're here to chat about you.
I like to veer off subject.
It's nippy with this chat thing cutting out after we talk. We're gonna have to talk like robots. Like your turn.
I know. Prompt card.
Yeah, when when I drop my hand, you can talk.
Sure, I did that to my kids when they were growing up. That's, that sounded really bad, but yeah. Right, your turn.
Nice one. Well, yeah, cool. So we're just on really for a just sort of chat, catch up, see what you're up to and stuff. And I've already spoke about you on the other Zooms that I've got one ready to go up and one just went up today, and just saying like about how I've been watching your videos and you're amazing, eh? You got like a mad talent.
Oh, thank you very much. Do you know this talent came from recovery actually? Not in the sense of drugs or alcohol. It was more I got facial surgery done, and I wasn't allowed to speak, but I could hum. So like Kanye West through the wire. I
Ah,
literally was singing through the wire and picked up a guitar. Oh, picked up a guitar and I keep knocking things. Sorry. Picked up the guitar and I don't know what happened. They just decided, right, fuck it, I'm a singer songwriter now, and yeah, that happened. But
that's
that was a recovery thing. It wasn't. It wasn't meant to be. Like I never aspired to be a musician at all. 10 years ago, no chance. I was studying psychology and sociology at the time. I wanted to help kids that were born like me. I was born with a cleft palate and lips, so I wanted to help them and I don't know. I just kind of veered off course.
mhm. Ah,
Yeah.
yeah, that must have been interesting as a kid, eh? Kind of growing up with they call it I forgot, a cleft lip.
hmm
Hmm.
Yeah. Lip and palate. I was actually talking to my mum about this today because it kind of made me a little bit socially inept. Um, we it's quite a strange kind of thing to be born with because people think, oh, it's just a wee nose job and you just get it corrected. But there's a lot of speech therapy and it affects you psychologically. And then from a social aspect, I was the only kid in my primary school that looked like me, so everybody thought I was a freaky. And in Livingston, like my family moved through to Livingston, and that's quite a small, compact mentality town. And I'm from Edinburgh, where nobody really sees anybody; they just see personality. Well, maybe they do, but my experience in Edinburgh was totally different from Livingston. And then Went to high school, and I was the only kid in the full 6 years that looked like me, so I got it tight. But it made me a bit of a dick, though. I kind of developed a personality complex and thought everybody was arseholes and couldn't be bothered with anybody. Started smoking weed and fell into all sorts of nonsense. And then I had my children, and when you have your kids, like you can't really do anything. But it affected them as well because none of their friends had a parent like me, and I got to about 30, and I decided like I really needed to get surgery done and kind of fix my face and stop people from staring at me. So, and
Mm.
then how the music kind of started, and I've been really lucky, to be honest with you. I think because of the way I look aesthetically, the noise that I can make vocally, people don't expect it, and it gives me a kind of little ego boost. You know what I mean? And literally, I can say I'm two-faced because one side is totally different from the other.
Well, they say everybody's face apparently is different on one side than the other, eh? Uh,
Like, but mine's was like really obvious.
aye, aye. No, but apparently they say if you took half of someone's face and doubled it, and took the other half of someone's face and doubled it and put them next to each other, they didn't look the same.
No, totally different. Yeah, totally different. So a wee big up to my facial surgeon. He done an amazing job, like, because nobody notices and nobody really points it out. It's just me. I point it out to folk in case you meet the odd person that's a bit of an arsehole that goes, "What's wrong with your face?" So,
Aye, well, I was aware I saw you posting online about it or something, eh? So, and I was thinking I didn't notice it. So you'd maybe had the surgery, and that's why I never can.
yeah, yeah. Plus the fact that I had good speech therapist as well. That kind of because a lot of us have really bad nasal problems. It kind of sounds like they're talking with chewing gum now, like on the top of the palate, and it sounds really, really nasally. So I had really good speech therapists that were like, "We're not having that,"
Hmm.
and again that helped with the singing thing, where my enunciation and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Uh,
Nice one.
uh,
So are you in Livingston now then?
aye, but
Ah,
we'll know. I came back. I came back to Livingston when my kids kind of got to an age where I thought I can't have you in the town and try and keep you no running about the town going mental because I was a basket case in the town. My teenage years, I had like ball, like I was doing all sorts that I shouldn't have been doing. And if they're anything like me, I knew I was going to be fucked.
to be honest, I was quite the same. Like, yeah, I've changed a lot as I've got older, eh? So, aye.
Like I can look back now and like there's things that if I was to tell my kids that'd be really,
Aye.
really bad.
Aye, there's things like they'll watch us maybe when they're a bit older, they'll be like questioning me, what are you talking about, Dad?
Eh, you did what? Aye, there's things that in childhood. I think see the difference in a city though. You've got that much landscape that you can get up to things, and your parents would never know. Whereas through in a place like Livingston, oh, so you're under the microscope. So if one person sees you, it's right round the town before you know it. Do you know what I mean? So they couldn't really do anything to be here, and being like a young mum, I didn't want the hassle of, police and stuff like that. My daughter, no chance. I've actually done quite well with the kids through, so they're at ages now where they're nearly ready to leave the house. So I can't wait.
Aye.
That sounds really bad. Sorry, kids, but bye.
Aye, time for your freedom again.
Eh, yeah, and I'm still young as well, so my freedom, I can't wait. I'm going to embarrass them. It's going to be great.
That's amazing that you weren't a musician just like just before lockdown, did you say?
No,
I was
when I started, I was 30, so it was
oh
10 years.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah,
aye,
yeah,
aye, aye. Sorry, aye. It was like 10 years ago, aye. But now so you've been doing it for roughly about 10 years then.
yeah,
Aye, aye.
yeah.
Amazing. Aye. And you must have just started singing and been like, oh, I'm quite good at this. You must have noticed yourself.
Aye.
Mm.
That sounds really egotistical, but I think because when they done the surgery, prior to having the surgery done, I hated the sound of my voice, and I was really shy. But I used to sing to my kids to go to sleep, and it put them to sleep. So I kind of knew I had a way of boring people enough to put them to sleep. And then I don't know. I just woke up out of that surgery with this little ego in my head that just was like, I can sing and I can write music, and I just went with it. It sounds mental saying that. It sounds like I was a pure crackhead, but like honestly, I was surprised by it, and I was actually surprised by my confidence. Like the surgery just gave me this boost where nobody like. If I was to show you a picture of what I looked like prior to the surgery, it was really obvious. Like this side of my nose was all flattened, and it kind of went near enough down to my lip, and then my lip itself kind of curled up on itself. My
Oh,
top, yeah, my top jaw sat at the bottom of my, so I kind of had like a lantern jaw, and that was fucked up. It was grim.
so you had quite an extreme cleft lip. Aye.
Aye, left lip hand palate. So,
Oh,
and
yeah.
then again, another wee bit of Lynzie Dray. I ended up having cancer at the age of 23 months. So I had a lot of bone structure. When you have chemotherapy, it's quite detrimental to like your bone structure, your blood, but it also affects your gums. It affects the way that your teeth grow in and stuff like that. So coupled with having a cleft palate and lip and then having cancer as well, I look like a fucking riot. Do you know what I mean? I did like I've got baby pictures of me where I'm bald, and it's a wee shame, and I can kind of poke fun at myself with it.
Oh,
But it's
you went, you've been through a lot, Ken. It's all
yeah,
right sitting talking about it and that, but Ken, at the time, I can imagine like that's
oh, it's a shame. I
yeah, but
mean,
the whole lot growing up, Ken, like that, and then going through all the surgery, having cancer, like, and can sit now and like laugh about wee things, but like that's mad, eh?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Especially being a mum.
Mm.
Like when you become a parent and you think about like what you look like at the same ages as what your kids look like, it's kind of jarring. Do you know what I mean? Like there's a lot of psychological kind of like flashbacks and stuff like that prior to getting my surgery done. Um, I was having flashbacks of what I thought was dreams, but it was actual events. And when again in the 80s, when you got chemotherapy as a kid, they would give you a drug which would suppress memory because they were aware of PTSD back then through obviously World War II and the effect on men in the army and stuff like that. So they kind of knew how to keep a kid from remembering anything. But if anybody's ever experienced drugs on any level, whether it's narcotics or whether it's medical, and you have flashbacks of things that you think you've suppressed, and
Mm.
because you're in that drug state, yet it's almost like a personality switch where you're not sure if that even belongs to you. That probably is more detrimental to me than any of the treatment I'd went through, or because as an adult I'm totally detached for that kid. I don't relate to her in any way because as a survivor, why would I? You know? But I feel for her. It's a shame, it's heartbreaking. If I look at pictures of her, I've now got a little granddaughter, believe it or not. I mean, I'm now what they call it gilf for fuck's sake. But I've got a little granddaughter who looks exactly like I did, and that triggers a lot of shit because it's like, oh my god, I was her exact age when I ended up being diagnosed with cancer,
Mm.
and a
You got
tumor in
a wee
my.
granddaughter with a cleft lip as well. Is that what you're saying? No.
Just the fact that her age now is the same age as what I was when I had cancer.
Oh,
It
right.
kind of, like that, appreciating the fact that the resilience that children have and their curiosity and their will just to be around and alive is it's so immense. Do you know what I mean? We kids have got this energy about them that they can genuinely survive fucking anything because they've got hope. They've got absolute admiration for life.
Yeah.
It's when you become an adult
They've
and
not
you end up.
like they've
Sorry?
been affected by society and stuff yet. Like when they're kids, they're quite bulletproof.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. They've not had any of the hardship. Do you know what I mean? So, me as a kid, when I think about who that human being was, I mean, she was resilient as fuck. I mean, and I found humor in a lot of things. I found it funny that I could take my hat off and people would do this shocked face. That amused me as a little kid. There's a power in that as a little kid where, they're trying to do that little, oh, look at the wee bear, and oh, what a wee shame. And then, boo, they don't know what to do with that. You know what I mean? And
You knew in a funny way that like you knew they'll not ken what to do when I do this.
whereas a bairn would have found that funny. See if I'd done that to another bairn, the bairn would have found that funny as fuck. Or they would have wanted to touch my head or something. But adults, on the other hand, they don't know what to do. They genuinely, they don't know whether they want to be frightened because you look really weird. And I mean, cancer, it totally augments you, do you know what I mean? But I thrived on that. That totally, that just made me go, oh, you're a dancer.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's amazing. So I take it these days you've not got any issues in it. You're all clear of everything and
Oh, well, the last, believe it or not, my last big major hiccup in life was when I was 34. I ended up having to get a hysterectomy. But I think that was just consequences of um, just where my cancer was and where it had kind of settled and things like that. It done damage in that kind of area. So there was an expectation that I would have lost, my womb at one point. Thankfully, I had already had 3 children, so they could take it. I won't have periods. Oh no, fucking take it. Um, so apart from that, and then I ended up taking a seizure last year on the arm. Mate, I feel like a pure pity case. I took a seizure last year on the train home from a gig, and it was a fantastic gig. I was down seeing One Oz. He was fucking excellent. Shout out to One Oz because that was an excellent gig.
no
Um,
James, like 1OZ.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Well, like
Beautiful.
years.
Oh, he's a beautiful human being. Honestly, lovely. Him and Naomi just made me feel really good that night. Really accommodated, kept me good. Got on the train, was heading home, and both went into a mad seizure. They don't know what it was. Apparently, as an adult, you can have a one-off seizure, which I thought, oh, okay, that's fucking lovely.
Aye, aye. Well,
Since then, I've had nothing happen.
hey, that was like a long way going. So how you doing?
I'm actually all right. How are you?
Well, I'm not so exciting actually.
Oh, listen, you've got a good life, man. You've got a really cool life. Nah, I like what you've been doing recently. I've been listening to the last few podcasts, and yeah, I'm enjoying the conversations, and I like the realism in it as well. It's the fact of just having a conversation.
Yeah,
Um, it's unscripted. It's just go with the flow, and I've really enjoyed the last few bits that you've put up.
yeah,
So
I really enjoy actually doing it. I mean, I obviously made hip hop music for years and put tons of time into that, and then now I've got kids in that too. Mine are young, and so I'm like, my wee girl's 10 and my wee boy's 3. Uh,
oh,
aye, so I'm
wait,
like doing that. So
sorry,
are you
I was going. Oh no, sorry. I was going to say, wait till they get to like 13 and 18, and you're like,
Oh,
aye.
I can, eh? Oh, that's coming soon, eh? My wee girl's like 10 coming on 16 already or something.
Mm-hmm. Aye. Well, my youngest is 15. My middle girl's 19, and my oldest is 24. So,
Cool.
aye.
Nice one.
Yeah.
Well,
Aye.
did you say you were going to sing a wee song or something on here as
I,
well?
well, I've got a couple of songs that I could throw at you. Not throw at you, but I've got a couple of songs I can play out if you're up for it.
You could do it.
Yeah.
We want to do a song straight away and then we can finish up just chatting till the end.
Aye, man.
Aye, do you want
Yeah.
to do that? Aye, aye, aye. Nice one. Cool. So Lynzie Dray's going to play a bit of a guitar and sing a song. And you'll
Yeah.
find her on Facebook and you'll get treated to these wee videos all the time.
Oh, this one's actually one that I wrote for the kid. So, it's called Cancer in Me. Is that coming through?
Yeah, I can hear it.
Somebody help me, please. Sat on a chair, wires on the floor. All lies on me. I'm the picture show. I hold on to the bar. I take a real deep breath. I feel my temperature rising. My heart beats out of my chest. Hey, come into my world just for a day. Ooh. Where the river runs real deep and the mountain rolls away. I hold on to the bar. I take a real deep breath. I feel my temperature rising. My heart beats out on my chest. Come and take my hand. We'll go to the promised land, where the beautiful people, they just dance and dance. Hey, I hold on to the bar. I take a real deep breath. I feel my temperature rising. My chest. My heart beats right now on my chest. Oh, somebody help me, please. I don't know if you know how it feels to go real low. Feel like nobody's there. Well, I'm sat on a chair. My heart beats to care. I'm sat on a chair. Wires on the floor. All eyes on me. Ooh, I'm the picture show. And I hold on to that bar. I take a real deep breath. And my temperature rises as my heart beats out on my chest. Ooh, ooh.
That was amazing.
Oh, thank you very much.
It's, as you say, it's like soothing. I was literally like going into a dreamland.
Oh, much. I'm glad you liked it, Petal.
To be
You're
fair,
gonna have.
unfortunately, the sound wasn't catching your really high tones. You were too powerful for it.
I know I've got to keep that restrained, man. I've got. Aye.
No, I mean it sounded amazing, but I don't think the Zoom was catching your high pitch one. So, but all the lower down stuff it could hear was fine. So, I was sitting there going, "Oh no, it's not catching the high stuff." That gives you all a reason now to go and search her on Facebook and find her videos because, like,
Yeah.
yeah, no, but that was amazing.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm glad you enjoyed that.
Actually, I've been saying to you for ages, like, you'll need to send me some vocals so I can like make a tune.
Yeah, I'd be up for that, man.
Cool, eh?
Yeah, I am up for that.
Mhm.
Aye. Right, I'm gonna have to do that now.
Aye, definitely. Do you have any like recorded vocals?
No, not yet, but I can get them done.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can go and get them done though. I've got a couple of things that I'd like to get off my chest and just go and do something with that.
You're,
I hate oh,
hmm. You're not far
oh,
away from me though. I mean, if you're in Livingston, I'm just in Dalkeith area.
you're round the corner.
Aye, so you could always just come to mine.
Aye, I'll do that.
Come and
Aye, I'll do that
record
for that.
here. Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. Give me a day and I'll be there.
I'll invite everybody around, like
I would just for the singing. No, but I'd be well up for that, man. That'd be really cool.
yeah,
Yeah.
nice, eh? Aye, something like chilled hip hoppy, put your guitar and you're singing on it as well. That'll be cool.
Aye,
Yeah,
awesome.
nice. Depends what you come out with. I'll just suit whatever you do.
I like that idea. Awesome.
Don't know if there's anything you want to really talk about your music wise. Maybe you got anything you're actually planning that you're working on just now, or you got any?
I am. I'm working with Conscious Root at the moment.
Oh,
Yeah, me and him have decided to get a wee collaboration on the go. So I'm really, really, really excited. Really excited. I'm not going to say much, but I am fucking buzzing.
I don't realize how long I've known Conscious Root, like Rolls.
Oh, a lovely guy, man. Me and Conscious, he gives me time, and I really appreciate that. Like on a personal level, as a you know what I mean. He's just dropping a little line, see how I'm doing. Really support, especially when after I had that seizure, there was a couple of bits in my recovery that he was really good to kind of bounce my thoughts and things like that on. Um, I really, really love the guy, and working dead like so easy just to flow as well, which I think's a good sign. Do you know what I mean? Especially when it comes to music, if
Yeah.
you can just flow, um, without any of the fanning about and stuff like that. And yeah, I like that vibe. So I'm really looking forward to dropping some stuff.
Yeah, I think I've known Word and people like that for like 20 years. Word's one of my best mates. I mean, I've known
Yeah,
mad at like all our lives, but like Word I've known for like 20 years, maybe longer. And I forget because I met Conscious Root later, but I've probably still known him like 13 years or something.
nice. Well, we've only like it's kind of a recent like sort of introduction, do you know what I mean? But he just had such a lovely energy that just made it dead easy. Like, aye, no bother, I'll work. Absolutely. Yeah. And
Yeah.
it's funny because I'm falling into the genre of music that I want to fall into. Like the guitar bores the fuck out of me, man. Because you can only do it ends up sounding dead country, do you know what I mean? And my vocals aren't country. It's like
I don't know it. You've got quite a sort of, I don't know. There's something bluesy about you.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Someday the other night there, I went to go and see. I went and seen the Ducks on Saturday night in Whistle Binkies, and I was just having a wee chat to Mog again. Brilliant guy, lovely, lovely human. And I was just saying, like, if you guys need any vocals, just let me know. I'd be well up for screaming all over your tracks, and because they need like a little bit of filth in their lyrics, you know what I mean. So, and without sounding bad, but I've got this agreement. I've got quite dirty vocals, and I think sometimes you need dirty vocals when it comes to some hip hop and
Oh, yeah,
even R
you've got a
stuff.
really, it's hard to explain, a natural sound to your voice. Like
Uh,
it's not like you're putting it on. It just comes out, and I know what you mean. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I like that. I like being told that I had a dirty voice. I was like, that's right.
Yeah,
Only thing.
cool, cool. And Mog's another one I've known for years as well, but I've just got to know him a wee bit better since doing the podcast because I've never been like close pals with Mog. So I've had him on the podcast a couple of times and got to know him. So I like Mog. He's a good guy.
I lovely, lovely, and I like his writing as well. I like what he's got to say. Do you know what I mean? I also like his stage presence. Um, I really like his stage presence. There's no, I don't know, I enjoy watching him on stage, which is quite, it's a bizarre thing to say, but he's just dead straight laced,
Well,
and
it's a bit more like not the same, but like more like an indie band singer or something. The way he sort of takes the stage and he,
oh,
he he moves with the tune, but he doesn't move too much in that, and he's very much just like the power of his what he's performing, and it just reminds me of like indie band singers that just like don't do much, but just like
yeah, yeah, I really enjoyed. And Saturday was fantastic. absolutely fantastic. Shout out to Mince and shout out to Lewis as well, because as a band, they just work really, really well. And again, just great to watch. Do you know what I mean? Not even just to listen to, but great to watch. And I think it's important in music because musicians, I mean, I pull some cracking faces when I'm singing. Like, I look like I'm about to take a fucking fit on stage, man. Because especially when you get right into it, do you know what I mean? And your face goes all over the place.
I used to love
Um,
catching snaps of me back in the day when we were like rapping some dead aggressive stuff. But some of the pictures, I loved them, eh? Like it was almost like I'd faked it. It was like, man, is that what my face looks like when I'm rapping? That's amazing. I love it. It would be like sideways on, mic to mouth, blah,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
blah, blah, and I was angry, eh? What was that all about?
Yeah. But it's emotion. I think that's dead important when it comes to putting a performance on. I was talking to somebody about that today. We were talking about 90s indie bands. And I said that as performers, I wasn't into pulp in any way, shape, or form, right? I hated them. But as performers and being all jangly on stage, it was like that's what sold the records because they put on a performance. Do you know what I mean? Jarvis, is it Jarvis Cocker that done pulp? He moved about, he just put on this show. And it's not like he stoated about the street like that, do you know what I mean? For fuck's sake. And I think that's important to as a performer. You've got to look like you're doing the track, innit? Or
You just need to look. I used to always think about this too much. Like, should you jump about? Especially for rappers, you get lots of different ones. Should you be jumping about like literally almost jumping in arms all over the shop? Or you just be like chill, more chilled, spitting your stuff. And in the end, I realized, but it took years of insecure thoughts of how should you really be performing, and then realizing actually it's just looking comfortable. Whatever the person's, if someone looks comfortable, that's all that matters. So, for instance, we were just saying Mog doesn't jump about a lot, but he looks dead comfortable. And then
it
someone,
really,
yeah,
it really does. It just looks like he likes to be where he's at and what he's got to say, and that's enjoyable. That's visually that's enjoyable. You didn't want to switch off for that. Some performers you watch, you're just like, I don't understand what you're saying because you're moving a bit too much. Um, but I like that straight lace kind of thing. That would be something I need to learn because see when I've got a microphone, man, my hands are going all over the fucking place. It's like, oh god.
I love your type of music, going to like a wee coffee shop or a small bar or something, and somebody like you just sitting on a stool with a guitar, just singing at the mic, and you could just sit there like for hours. You know?
Yeah, yeah, that's how I learnt my craft, man. Like it took it, I think, recording properly. I tried to do it in 2013 and it just didn't work because I just had my surgery done. I hadn't, it just sounded dead lispy. And then I went to the studio and worked with Chris Grieve to make my little album, um, which is available on Bandcamp if anybody wants to check it out. And it's just acoustic stuff, but that was all one take. And the reason why I wanted to do one take, I didn't want to sit and keep doing them, is because I've always been a live performer. I've just done open mics, do you know what I mean? I've been lucky where I've had a couple of support slots and like played Eden Festival and stuff like that and got to headline a couple of things, which was really cool. But it was all live.
I remember watching a video with you online recently, and everything I've watched just been you, and I've always been like, oh wow. And the only reason, like, it's funny for the other guy, like, no disrespect to the other guy, but I was like, oh, it's Lynzie. Let's check that out. And it was you and your mate, quite
Aye,
a big lad.
aye, Frank.
Aye, and
Yeah,
I was like, I think I commented on it to you and stuff. I was like, oh my God, because he's amazing too, eh?
yeah. Big Frank Porter. Shout out to Frankie. But that was an off the cuff thing. That was sitting having a couple of spliffs and being like, fuck it, well we sing a song together and it turned out. It turned out.
We both worked really well together, eh?
Aye. Because we both got big vocals.
Hmm.
So we're able to keep a pitch and keep a level. Which again, it was my first opportunity of really like jamming with somebody and having a live sesh because I don't get that luxury. Nobody wants to fucking. Like, I keep putting a shout out and saying like anybody want to work with me, and nobody comes forward. So it's like, oh, okay then. So so Frankie and I were just doing a one off thing. Cat, will you go away?
They mustn't know the secret. They mustn't ken the secret of your talent.
They don't know yet. Oh, this video will put it out there and they'll be clambering into my inbox.
They're all like, this mad lassie keeps sending me messages, man.
Aye. I'm used to that, Christ. I'm used to the stalkers.
Well, we've got a wee couple of minutes left. I don't know. I've got wee notes. I keep looking down at things to keep me going. I found when I first started podcasts, I just end up like, aye. So I don't know. We could probably call it quits if you want. We've only got another sort of 2 minutes, and I don't know if you want to give a wee shout out to anybody while you're on or anything like that.
Shout out to my girls, naturally, to Chloe and to Cassidy and Tiana. We shout out to my granddaughter. Shout out to Conscious. Shout out to Jane. Shout out to everybody that's gave me an opportunity. I will shout out to yourself. Thank you very much, man. This was a great chat.
Yeah,
this was a great... And I can't wait to come to Dalkeith and record some vocals.
Definitely. Again, I've gave out my location too now. People can scan.
Let's move.
Aye, the Dalkeiths are fairly big. There's a few wee communities in Dalkeith, so they'll have to do a bit of searching. Like, I better get that fake mustache on.
Did I say Livingston? I meant Bonington. Yeah, I saying Bonington. That's right.
I get it. Cool. Well, I don't think there's anything else we could go over. I mean, we're coming up to the end of time. I was checking about if you're working on any music, which you're basically working on a thing with Conscious Root. That's your main thing.
I am, yeah, that's what we're doing at the moment. So, and if there's anything else, I'll just have to. I like to put surprises out there.
Mm-hmm. Well, me and you should definitely do a proper one and meet up and do a proper podcast. And we can talk more about like your life and that too, and where you grew up and what life was like, and more about experiences and memories with music over the last sort of 10 years and all that on a big one, eh?
Yeah. I'm up for that, man. And then we don't need to do that like auto cue thing where it's like your turn.
Aye, exactly. Aye, it'll be a lot easier, eh? But we've done no bad. We've both learned to sort of wait for each other to talk, eh?
Oh, Petal. Well, thanks again, man. I really appreciated this.
I know it's been good. And in fact, when you come to record some tunes, we'll do a podcast. You come here, we'll do a podcast, or we could record a tune or something.
Brilliant. Yep. Kill birds with stones, man.
Like a plan. Nice one. Well, I've always been. This is the third one. I've been fist bumping the camera, so fist bump. And thanks, Lynzie. It's been good to actually meet you properly as well.
Thanks, man. I really appreciate that. And the same. I really enjoyed this conversation. It was really easy. The flow.
Yeah.
The flow.
Time just flies, eh? In fact, we're just about down to seconds. We've really juiced this one, like.
Milked it.
Aye. Well, thanks a lot, Lynzie. Thanks for coming on again. And thanks to everybody else for watching. And I'll see you on the next one. Catch you soon.